In the world of official procedures, there's kind of this hidden language, right? A secret code that tells a document's entire life story. Today, we're going to crack that code. We are going to demystify all those long, confusing version numbers and figure out the journey they represent.
Have you ever seen a number just like this on a document and just stared? I mean, it looks like a completely random string of digits, maybe even a software bug, but I promise you, by the end of this explainer, you'll be able to read it like it's a sentence. So here's our game plan. We'll start with the why behind this whole system, and then we're going to follow a document on its best-case scenario path to approval. We'll see what happens when it takes a little detour. We will absolutely crack the code of the version number itself, and finally, we get to see it transform from a simple draft to an official document. Okay, so what exactly are we talking about here? Well, in highly regulated industries, think pharmaceuticals or manufacturing, every single process has to be meticulously documented. We call these standard operating procedures, or SOPs. And SOP versioning, it's not just about slapping a label on a file. It's a critical language that ensures quality, control, and, compliance.
Think of it this way. This system creates a super clear, auditable trail for every document. It tells you who's seen it, who approved it, and if it had to go back for any rewrites. As you can probably guess, it's the one thing standing between organized control and total, utter chaos. Every document starts out hoping for a happy path. This is the dream scenario, right? Where a document is written perfectly the first time and just sails smoothly through every stage of approval without a single problem. So the journey begins when an initiator creates the document, giving it its birth certificate, version 0.0.1.0. From there, it moves to the department reviewer. Once they give it the thumbs up, the version ticks up to 0.0.2.1. Next up, quality assurance, or QA. After their sign-off, it becomes 0.0.3.1. You can already start to see the pattern, can't you? Each approval pushes it forward, and that version number is keeping score. Now, this table lays out that entire perfect journey for us. The steps we just talked about are right there at the top, but you can see the full path here, all the way down to the Document Management System, or DMS, manager who gives that final sign-off. The cool thing is every single stage has its own unique version number, creating this super detailed log of its journey. But let's be real, not every document is perfect on the first try. So what happens when a reviewer finds an issue and has to send it back? This is where the versioning system gets really, really smart. Just imagine you're the QA reviewer. You're reading the documents and you spot something that just isn't right. It needs a revision. You can't approve it, so you send it back. The document has just hit a major detour, and that version number is about to scream it from the rooftops. Okay, look at this. This is the fork in the road. On the happy path, the version would have just ticked up nicely to 0.0.3.1. But because it got sent back, it makes this huge jump to 0.1.1.1. That leap in the second digit is a massive, unmissable flag that tells everyone, hey, a revision cycle has officially started. So this table shows the document's new path. It goes all the way back to the initiator for a rewrite and then has to start the approval process all over again. But notice how all the version numbers now start with 0.1? That's the permanent record. It tells everyone who sees it that this document has been through one full round of revisions. All right, we've seen how the numbers change, but now it's time for the big reveal. Let's actually crack this code and break down exactly what each of those 4 digits in the version number truly represents. We're going to use this number as our case study, 0.142. This document has been on quite a journey, and by decoding this number, we're about to uncover its entire story. Let's start with that first digit. This is the major version, and honestly, it's the easiest one. If it's a 0, the document is a draft. It's still a work in progress. But once it flips to a 1, that document is final. It's official. It is effective. It's the ultimate status update. The second digit, that's the revision counter. In our example, it's a 1. You could call this the document's battle scar. It tells us it has been sent back for edits exactly 1 time. If it got returned again, this number would tick up to a 2. It's basically a running tally of its revision history. Now the third digit, think of this as the document's GPS. It pinpoints its exact location in the approval pipeline. A 4 in this spot tells us it has passed the QA review and is now with the cross-functional team, or CFT. That's a group of experts from different departments. Every stage in the process has its own unique number. And finally, the fourth digit. This little guy tracks the microactions within a single stage. You see, some stages, like that CFT review, require approval from multiple people. The number 2 here tells us that 2 of the 3 required reviewers have already finished their part. It's like a mini progress bar for that specific step. So after all those reviews, all those approvals, and maybe a revision or 2, where does this document finally end up? It gets to reach its ultimate destination. It ends right here. Version 1.0.0.0, this is the summit, the finish line. When a document reaches this number, its whole journey is complete. It has been reviewed, approved by absolutely everyone, and is now the single source of truth, the official standard operating procedure that the entire organization must follow, period. So why go through all this trouble? Well, it really comes down to this. Every single number tells a piece of the story, creating an unbreakable, auditable trail. It instantly shows you the difference between a clean first draft approval and a document that needed some work. And most importantly, in a high-stakes environment, it gets rid of all doubt, making sure everyone is working from the one correct version. And that leaves us with one last thought. This whole system is designed to build a perfect, transparent history for every critical document. So it's worth asking yourself, what are the hidden risks when your own processes don't have this kind of clarity? Thanks for cracking the code with us on this explainer. We'll see you next time.